Hi, I'm Johnny Covey, the author of The 5 Habits of the Heart and the creator of the Head to Heart Framework. Welcome to habit number 5. Be a conscious creator. So, you've gone through the process of being courageous. As you're being courageous, you start to be you. You're becoming present. You're being restored. And throughout the whole process, you're being a conscious creator. You're conscious of what's going on, and you're creating something different. So, what I'm excited about this last habit is I'm going to give you some real tangible things to continue the process. So hopefully you've done the mentoring experiences and you do more, because I'm going to give you some practices of how do you actually do this process over and over and over. So the reason we don't do the process because we're in our head and it feels like, I don't want to change, but as you start to do it more and more, it becomes more natural. So I have been focusing primarily on what I call 1, which is yourself. This whole process about you going from your head to your heart. As you move from 1 to 2, which is what I'm doing to you. I've done the process, so now I can too mentor you. It's 2 people. I'm mentoring you, and if we were one-on-one, I would be learning from you as well. It can be very back and forth. So the mentoring process is really helping each other go through the head to heart. It's not as much like, I got to teach something or amazing or new insights that will happen along the path, or, bring in some new fantastic. It's just helping each other, mentoring each other through doing the work, understanding what you're experiencing. And 3 is a group of 3 or more, which is creating that culture or a community around this process. So you and your mentor have a question, there's a larger group that can support you in moving forward, in progress. So, I hope you take the time and energy to do this process more and more yourself, than with a mentor and with a group. So, as you do, I'm going to give you the number 1 way I do it, and I found that really simplifies it and moves you forward. So, whenever I'm in my head, I recognize, I'm not being respectful, I'm not being my best. So when I'm present to it, I recognize that. So when I'm not being respectful, not being my best, it doesn't feel right. There's an icky feeling. Something's off. My conscience is telling me to change. And the best way to actually do the work to go from my head to my heart is through writing. You can do it in your mind and think through it, and that's fantastic. But to actually get out that emotion and really express it on paper is a fantastic way. So I'll ask myself a question, because when I ask a question, I'm trying to listen to my heart, my left and right brain, and my conscience to know where to go. Like, what, my compass, tell me where to go. And I ask a question, I write it down, and then I just write. It's amazing what comes out. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out, where I'm trying to go, or the question is kind of off base, and then I come up with a better question, but you'll be led, you'll be guided down the path you need to go to let go of a present experience or a previous experience and to move forward. It's amazing. Sometimes I'll have people watch, one video, and all they'll do is the writing. They'll just start, I don't feel good about X. They'll start writing, expressing themselves from their head, then in their heart. Whatever you express at a level of intensity from your head, do the same in your heart. Because often we emotionally get out or emotionally vomit all this poison. It feels better for a moment, but we don't go over and consciously create in our heart so that it never comes back again. So we figure out a way to stop that. You got to do both sides, and your heart and your conscience will assist you in both of those. So as you're consciously creating, that's you choosing your experience. That's where you become just a force to be reckoned with, because your progress never stops, because you're going internally. Externally, sometimes there's like some levels, some caps, whether it be with your work or it's like, I'm kind of stuck here. But the internal game is always, there's more there. And it's pretty easy to get stuck and be like, level 1, I worked through myself. Well, can you mentor somebody? Well, then mentor somebody. And mentor lots of people, and that will take you another level. Or can you lead a group? Not only be a part of a group, can you lead a group of 3 or more? So you're leading a large group. And my last request, and I hope that you'll take this to heart, which is go forth and just make sure that this does not stay between me, you, and I, right? I created the framework, but these principles have been around forever. I mean, they're there. I've organized them, but they're principles. Use them. Make them your own. Make this your process. And as you do that, that's where doors open up. In the last part of the framework, I do want to point out, there's, as you see on one side, it's a raptor and a lion or a lioness. When we're in our head, that back part of our brain saying protect, we become this raptor. Or other people, if we're in the wrong and alone, is become a raptor to us. Recognize those raptors in your life and be a courageous lion. And this is where the rebel lion that rebels and says, you know what, no more raptors that terrorize me and just make my life disgusting because I have to follow their every command. We all have raptors. We all have these things that are pressing on us. It's time to let them loose and get back into our heart to be a courageous lion. I know you can do it. Go and start your own rebellion in your own way. You probably have a message that's unique to you, that people specifically want to be mentored by you. And this delivery system of Head to Heart will allow you to take it from not just the info, or your background or experience, but to mentor them so that they make it a part of themselves. So go and make it happen. I'm so grateful you took the time to do this, and take the time to mentor yourself, to mentor others, and become a leader. Talk to you soon.